My daughter laughed at my wedding gift, called it spare change, and tossed it into the fountain in front of everyone. Her new husband smirked and said my janitor money was cute. I didn't argue. I reached into the cold water, pulled my passbook back out, and left without a word. I'd carried that little leather book for 30 years. I wrapped it with a ribbon to match her bouquet. I waited for a quiet moment near the fountain, just us. Then his mother drifted in, perfume first, and my daughter's eyes flicked around to see who was watching. My son-in-law snatched the book and flipped it open. A passbook? Seriously? My daughter shrugged, loud enough for nearby guests. Just spare change, Mom. The splash was too loud. The book bobbed, pages swelling, while a few people laughed like it was a joke. I kicked off my heels, stepped into the fountain, and fished it out with my stockings soaking through. I walked past the champagne crowd with wet shoes, squeaking, and nobody stopped me. That night in my studio, I pulled a fireproof safe from under a loose floorboard. Inside were deeds and statements my daughter had never seen. I cleaned offices at night and bought properties quietly for decades. I kept it secret on purpose, because I wanted her to respect work, not money. The spare change in that passbook was $8.7 million, and the estate where they mocked me, I owned it through an LLC. My daughter chose it because it looked expensive. She never imagined her mother owned the ground under her heels. The next morning, I walked into the bank in my work clothes and slid the passbook across the counter. The teller went pale, stared at her screen, and whispered, "Ma'am, please don't leave. I need my manager." In a private room, they confirmed the balance. I asked for cashier's checks and a discreet investigator. If my daughter married into class, I wanted to know what kind. 4 days later, the investigator laid it out. My son-in-law was living like a millionaire on a normal salary, Rolex, country club, leased BMW, and an offshore account in the Caymans. The money feeding it came from his clients. I didn't call my daughter. She wouldn't hear it from me, so I submitted the evidence to the FBI from a public library computer, cleared the browser, and went back to mopping floors. Then my phone started blowing up. 17 calls in 3 days. Her voicemails shifted fast. "Mom, something's wrong at his work. Mom, we got a letter from the estate about bookings. Mom, please, I need you." A week later, I showed up at the estate in a hard hat with a demolition crew. My daughter raced in wearing pajamas, staring at the rubble like it was her funeral. She gasped, "What are you doing?" "Turning this place into affordable housing," I said. 60 units. She blinked hard. "But you're a janitor." "I am," I said, "and I'm also the owner." I didn't lecture her. I just pointed at the busted ballroom and said, "Be here next Saturday at 2. Saturday came, and the ballroom was stripped to studs. My daughter arrived first, pale and quiet. Then my son-in-law rolled in with his mother, both acting offended like I'd inconvenienced royalty. He snapped, "Why are we here?" Then tires crunched slowly over the gravel outside. After that, a car door slammed, sharp in the silence. Next, steady boots crossed the concrete toward us. Then a badge caught the light as she stepped in. The agent's voice stayed calm and flat. "Sir, we need to speak with you." My son-in-law's face went gray. His mother clamped onto his arm. My daughter looked at him, waiting for him to laugh it off. He couldn't. When the agent named the offshore account and the transfers, he panicked and spit out the truth. "I thought her passbook would cover it," he blurted. "I thought she had real money." My daughter stepped back like he'd hit her. The cuffs clicked. His mother started crying. He screamed about a fountain and a janitor ruining his life, right up until they let him out. After the cars left, my daughter whispered, "You protected me. After what I did, I didn't raise you to go down with a thief," I said, "but I also didn't raise you to be one." Months later, I stood at the ribbon cutting for those 60 apartments. My daughter was there in work boots, clipboard in hand, helping families carry boxes. No silk, no champagne, just sweat and purpose. And in my studio, I framed that ruined passbook behind glass. So if you were me, would you warn her sooner or let it play out? Drop your take in the comments.